Hello everyone. Today we're diving into interpretive understanding. This approach, encompassing constructivist, critical, postmodern, and feminist thought, questions the traditional assumptions that drive positive theories in realism and liberalism. Our journey begins with Max Weber, a German scholar who questioned the very foundation of positivist theorizing. This German scholar back in the day argued that all knowledge of cultural reality is shaped by our individual perspectives. It's like seeing the world through a unique lens. In other words, our work is influenced by our ideologies and worldview. Weber laid the groundwork for what we now call interpretive understanding. So, when we talk about international relations, we need to understand the subjective nature of our interpretation. One perspective that stands out is constructivism. Unlike other theories, constructivism doesn't claim to offer a global vision of international relations. Instead, it provides an approach to interpretive understanding that has had a major impact on theorizing in the field. Instead, it's a lens through which we interpret and understand the dynamics of global stage. States and non-state actors aren't mere products of world politics but active players shaping it. Constructivists acknowledge the influence of subjective and intersubjective understanding within human beings. They don't reject science but advocate for humility in dealing with concepts constructed by humans. It's like finding the middle ground between strict positivism and those skeptical of any objective reality perspective on the evolving global landscape. Constructivism didn't emerge out of thin air. It has intellectual precursors and influence, but its rise to prominence was also fueled by the changing dynamics of international relations. On one end, you have the positivist, material-based theories of realism and liberalism. On the other, you have the more radical postmodern, post-structuralist, and feminist perspective. Constructivism finds its sweet spot in the middle, emphasizing the importance of norms, rules, and identities. At its core, social constructivism is all about the intersubjective dimension of human action. It challenges the idea that objects of knowledge are independent of our interpretations. Constructivism delves deep into norms, rules, and identities, exploring how these concepts shape our understanding of the world. Interestingly, the English school in IR shares a common ground with constructivism. Both emphasize norms, history, and the concept of society-international relations. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Constructivism sits between positivism and radical interpretive understanding. While it shares some common ground with postmodern and feminist perspective, there are fundamental differences in their ontological and epistemological assumptions. Next, I can add about the ongoing debate between positivist science and its critics. Critical theorists dive deep, exploring the narratives government used to justify their actions, searching for the underlying power dynamics. Postmodernists, on the other hand, focus on how we as humans construct meanings and stories, challenges the very idea of an objective reality. It's about peeling back the layers and questioning what presented as truth. Reality might not be as black and white as it seems. The next crucial example of interpretive understanding is feminism. Feminists challenge the dominance of masculinist perspectives in international relations, shedding light on how gender influences theoretical work. It's not just about criticizing existing theories, it's about highlighting the often overlooked role of gender in shaping our understanding of world politics. Feminist scholars, though diverse in their approaches, all share a commitment to interpreting international relations through a gender lens. It's a powerful reminder that gender is not just a variable but a fundamental aspect of how we perceive the world. It's easy to critique an entire approach based on the flaws of individual theories, but remember, true understanding comes from going back to the original sources, evaluating criticisms, and assessing the value of each approach.